Assalamu alaikum everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.
So welcome to our first YouTube video. We've never done this before, but might as well pass the time while we're stuck in home on lockdown. But it's about our Hajj trip in 2019. We just thought we'd give you a couple of tips and just some of the stories that we have. It might help some of the people that are listening to us. So like I said, alhamdulillah, we went in 2019. The main thing is to have your intention. Everyone should have an intention to go to Hajj. But there's certain things that you'll find in your life that will push you to actually towards actually booking it. So for example, I used to be a taxi driver. A customer got in my car. He was Saudi, well, he was from Saudi basically. And we were talking, and what I usually find with Saudis, they're quite rude and abrupt. Most of the customers were, but this guy was really nice guy. And then he said to me, he goes, "Brother, have you been to Hajj before?" I'm like, "No." He goes, "Inshallah, you're going to go now." So I was like, wow. Oh, inshallah, I will go. Came home, spoke to the wife. Alhamdulillah, within about 2 weeks, we booked the trip. So it's alhamdulillah, it's one of them. You don't even know, without that experience, would I actually went. But alhamdulillah, we booked it. We went really. So it's good to have, like I said, that intention, and to actually, you're actually watching this video now, so I'm guessing that you're booking to go or you want to go, it's in your heart to go. But alhamdulillah, you've made the hardest steps. All you have to do now is get your stuff together, book it, get on. That is it basically. If you make life difficult, it'll be difficult. Try and make it as simple as possible, and it'll be easy for you. But in terms of the booking itself,
you need to find a reputable group, don't you, to go with. I mean, we used somebody from the local community within Manchester that we knew people had gone with before, so going with those recommendations and knowing that they're going to be reputable.
Yeah, definitely, because you've saved up all that money. You don't want someone to basically rob your money. Do you know what I mean? It's going to cost 5, 6, 7 grand, depending. These are the most minimum packages. So, can you afford to lose 6 grand, 7 grand per person by going with someone that's going to offer you, that they're saying they're going to offer you the clock tower, they're going to offer this, they're going to offer that, and then it turns out to be nothing? There are a lot of horror stories, but like I say, book with someone that someone's been before. Even if sometimes, the guy that we went with, personally alongside with from Manchester, I wouldn't even come close to saying he's the best person around, but we knew that we weren't going to get ripped off. So that was the main driver for us to actually book with this Hajj group. But alhamdulillah, we've done it, you know what I mean? We're here to tell the tale. But like there's a couple more tips, is preparation. Preparation is key.
So some of the equipment that you can take with you to help make your trip a little bit more comfortable, would say take a folding camping stool with you, something along the lines of this. If you get delayed at the airport, which we did, this came in very handy when you were hanging around the terminal waiting for your next flight. Do you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, so in terms of that preparation, it's like you need to learn. There's lots of sheikhs, there's lots of YouTube videos. I mean, our video's not going to go into exactly what you need to do, what you don't have to do, that kind of thing, what's haram, what's halal, but you need to know your basics. Because our group got to the airport, we were a group of 90, I think it was. And anyway, the last 4 of us, being me, the missus, and 2 other people, didn't get on the plane. So what do? You know what I mean? You can sit there and cry at the airport, or you can pull out your stool, as we did, and you can wait.
And your dua book. Look at that.
Definitely. So you'll need your dua book ready. You need to have sabr. Our sabr started at the airport. But alhamdulillah, we battled through. We managed, like I said, we didn't get on that flight, but we got onto a different flight. But our group left without us. They couldn't wait. And in terms of like the preparation, learn where to put your ihram on, or where to get into ihram. You can learn on ihram how to get into ihram, that kind of thing, on other YouTube or through your books and other YouTube type channels. But like I said, learn where to do it, when to do it, how to do it. Because like I said, if we didn't know that, we would have got stuck. And you have to get into ihram before you cross a certain miqat point. So that's something that came to our favour.
Absolutely.
Plus having that stool.
Yeah. The stool also came in handy when you were sat at the mosque for a long period of time, especially on Friday prayers, when you have to get there particularly early to get a space inside. So alongside with the stool, I recommend taking a thick zayn namaz. The travel ones are handy because they're compact and they're thin and they're easy to like put in your bag, but they don't do you any good when you sat on those tile floors for long periods of time. Either if it's inside the mosque or outside, it hurts your knees and you soon start to ache and become fidgety. So the stool and a thick zayn namaz will do you fine.
Yeah, in terms of the tiles, it's hard to explain the way you'd be sitting because you've never seen that many people in your life. Never, ever, ever. I mean, I've been to some busy places before. I've been to Bangladesh airport and that's busy. But when you go to Hajj and the Haram Sharif, oh my God, you've never seen anything like it. There's hordes and hordes and hordes of people. So be prepared for that. That's another thing to be prepared for. And get prepared. It's like when you go into your local mosque, you'll see a gap and you think, nah, I can't get in there. When I go to the mosque now, if I had a gap that big...
like the gap between me and you now.
Mate, I could get into this gap.
Easy.
I could do namaz in this gap quite easily. Once you've been to Hajj, you can do namaz anywhere. But like I said, you will be sitting on tiles. It's good to have your mat, like the missus said. Good to have your mat with you. Yeah, that dua book she showed you earlier. Learn your duas. You know, we had them written down. A quick look. Yeah. I mean, if you want, we can try and post the duas in the comment sections below. I mean, forgive us, we've not done this before, but like I say, we're trying to help you out if it's helpful to you. But in terms of the duas, we wrote them out, and we found as well the duas that you can get from the books and stuff. They are good. Don't get me wrong, but certain times, like I mean, our Arabic's not even that good either. But the pronunciations, like the ain, tha, when they write it down in English, it's a bit dodgy for us. So what we did, we rewrote it again. We looked at the Arabic and then we translated back into English, and then we found it easier for us to actually read it.
Yeah, like phonetically, didn't we?
Yeah, phonetically. Yeah. We got it. We typed it out. We cut it out, and then we put in that book with the lanyard thing around it.
Yeah.
You want to show them again? So that lanyard thing.
So that lanyard, make sure it's one of those ones that detach. So if it does become stuck, or you don't want to get pulled along by your neck, so make sure it's one that separates easily, and then it can detach.
Yeah.
And if it does drop, leave it.
Yeah.
Don't attempt to pick it up, otherwise you will get squashed.
Yeah. If you drop it, if you drop anything, leave it. If you pick it up, you're gonna get squashed.
Get trampled.
And we've never seen it. Like I say, the crowds are unbelievable. But have a dua book, and if you can, learn your duas by heart. Because reading that dua book is all good and well, reading the dua book, but you're being pushed around and...
you're trying to look at which point you are.
Yeah, because there's certain duas for different points. Rukni Yemeni, Rukni... I can't remember all the names, but even so, there's a dua for every corner almost. And obviously, if you forget your duas, it happens, you know what I mean? Don't go around, don't say nothing when you're doing dua. I mean, always do salawat on the Prophet. Do zikr, say Allah's name, say some surahs. Say your duas in whatever language you want. In English, in Bengali, in Arabic, Urdu, whatever you want. Alhamdulillah, you're in a blessed place.
All counts.
It all counts. You know what I mean? What you got to think there is one good intention is worth 100,000 good intentions. Alhamdulillah. You know what I mean? You come to a blessed place. So like I say, don't go there, don't waste your time. You want to always say something or do something that you think and you know is beneficial for yourself and for Allah as well.
Going back to the tiles, I recommend taking either sunglasses or a sun visor, because when you're about to enter the Haram Sharif, the glare from the white tiles, it's blinding. So a sun visor or sunglasses, obviously when you're not in Haram, will be perfect, won't it, for keeping that sun from your eyes. Also an umbrella, either like a normal umbrella or one of these fancy ones that you can actually put on your head. Saves your arm ache then. That keeps the sun off you, and again it's you can be easily recognised when you're in such a large group of people. You're quick to spot each other, so make sure you've got an umbrella with a distinctive colour and a distinctive pattern so you stand out from the crowd. I saw a lot of ladies wearing different types of headscarves, again with like a pom-pom stuck on the top or some fancy ribbon. So again, so you easily stand out in the crowd. So if you get separated and you look above the heads, there's you with the funny pom-pom on your head.
Definitely. I mean, like, there's people from all over the place, and you only realise there actually what the pom poms are for.
Yeah.
Because if you get lost there, you're not going to find the person again. And one other thing as well in terms of finding people is it might worth. You got your mobile phone, obviously get a mobile phone, not the SIM card, sorry, from the local dealer guys. We use Zain.
Zain, I think it was.
Zain was a good package for the UK, but different countries you have different packages for different countries. I found that I've seen that the like the South Asian countries, there was Zain, there was Mobley as well, and there was something else. But Zain was best for us. Yeah. You know what I mean? I only got it just as the Hajj time started, but you know what I mean. It worked out better. It was the cheapest one, and it worked out best for us. But that's something else to fall back on if you actually lose the person. Like you were. Well, coming back slightly is walking. Get used to walking. To the package I said before, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. The more you pay, the closer you're going to get to the Haram Sharif. Bear that in mind. You know what I mean? But you are going to walk. Talking no less 15, 16, 17, maybe more miles on the actual when you're going from Mina to the Jamarat back to Makkah. Yeah, you're gonna walk 16 miles, 70 miles. Get used to walking. Yeah. Definitely get used to walking. Get used to walking bare feet in the garden, especially men. Get used to walking around the garden.
Toughen your feet up.
Toughen your feet up. Get used to walking with your shoes on. Get good slippers. I found my slippers. I had
You had the Croc ones, didn't you?
Crocs. Yeah. Fantastic. Moulded to your feet almost. Nice. And very durable. I've still got them now. I still like them now. Fantastic. You know what I mean? They were about 15, 16 quid, something like that. It sounds quite expensive for a pair of slippers that you get for a quid from the whatever shop. You know what I mean? But even so,
they were durable, weren't they? Yeah.
Fantastic shoes.
A lot of people struggling with the flip-flops because the middle toe section kept falling out. You don't want that happening, especially when you're walking that amount of miles. You need a good, strong pair of flip-flops.
And there you go. You need a backup as well.
Yeah.
Have a backup set in your rucksack, because like if one goes wrong, at least you've got another pair to fall back on.
Should be hopping.
And you can't walk on those. You can't walk barefooted. No way in this world are you walking barefooted there. No. Yeah. So get used to your walking.
In terms of women, I wore like the walking sandals, like Carrymore, I think they were. But I also put a pair of socks on. Not the most fashionable, I know, but I didn't come away with any blisters. So
Jesus sandals.
yeah. They did me well. And socks as well for when you're doing sa'i. I found that like the grip socks with the trampoline park place provide, those were really good because the little tails when you're doing sa'i, they kill your feet. So a pair of socks or grip socks.
Definitely, yeah. Like I said, you're going to meet people from all over the world when you go there. So I was speaking to this when I first got there. The second day it was. We were sat there about Zuhur time, I think it was. Started speaking to this guy from Egypt. Fantastic guy. Obviously, he spoke broken English. I couldn't speak any Arabic, but he was doing better than me. Anyway, we were speaking, and then what you find is it's nice to speak to people, but it's easy to start digressing and start diverting your attention from. You've gone there for a purpose. You know what I mean? You've gone there to worship Allah. You've gone there to fulfill your covenant, as it were. But by speaking to other people, it can digress. You can start speaking about the world again. Distracted. You start speaking about dunya. So this guy who was speaking to is from Egypt. He started talking about Liverpool, Mo Salah, blah, blah, blah. It was quite, you know what I mean? I quite like footballs, you know what I mean? But then I thought to myself, this isn't right, this. Anyway, we brought the conversation back. Obviously, he's fluent Arabic. He started teaching some du'as in Arabic, so alhamdulillah. You know what I mean? So I reaped the reward from it. But like I said, you are going to meet people. It's up to you, no problem. Meet people, speak to them. But always remember that you're there for a purpose. And don't try it. It's easy to start thinking about other things. So after that, I kept conversation to a minimum. Because I knew that I want to talk about what's going on in England. You know what I mean? What cars they drive, this, that, whatever, just about the world. So rather than doing that and falling into that trap, keep it to a minimum. Yeah. That's quite an important point I found.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on to toilets now. And just talking about practice squatting. Because all the toilets out there are squat toilets and the queue for the English toilet is massive. And when you get to it, It's not nice. It's not clean. It's disgusting. The squat toilet